And we're back for another 100 Families Pulaski County podcast. We have an amazing guest today. I know he's probably, a little shy maybe, but he's probably not new to a lot of you. You all know he's in the community doing great work, and he's also on the radio. And I'm going to let him tell you about himself, and then we're going to dive deep into some questions and do like we do. Bishop Fred Harris. Hello, Bishop. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm
absolutely
glad to come out and be a part of what you guys are doing.
I am so excited because you are a very busy man. I'm so glad you had the time to fit me in your busy schedule.
Don't say it like that. That sounds,
Sounds what?
It sounds like I'm fitting
like
you in.
Busy.
No, I'm just.
You are busy. So tell the Alliance here in Pulaski County what you do, not just the radio part, but what you do, your church, and all the wonderful things that you're doing in the community in North Little Rock.
First of all, let me say again, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Glad to be here. I pastor City of Life Church, Life Abundant in North Little Rock. This past October the 1st, made 15 years for me. So
15 years.
15 years. So it's been
good for you.
Church. It was a church plant, and we have been going for the last 15 years. And I also serve as program director for Salem Media, and the format is gospel, and the radio station is KZTS 105.5, 103.3, and 1380 AM.
Okay, and could you tell us what is the name of that?
Rejoice Little Rock.
Rejoice Little Rock. And so you do a segment from 6 to 10?
6 till 10, and we do it weekdays from 6 a.m. until 10, and we also stream live on all the social platforms on our website. We stream live on Facebook and Roku TV and different.
Oh, you have a lot of platforms. That's awesome. I have had the pleasure of being a part of that awesome
yes,
team.
You actually left us, but you did it to serve, and so we couldn't be upset with you.
You see, my heart stopped. I was like, I did not leave. I just had my schedule changed a little bit.
Exactly.
And
exactly. Every now and then you stop by, so you're still a part.
And is it Bishop Fred Harris in the Morning Brew?
It's.
Give us a little bit of that.
No, it's Fred Harris in the Morning Brew. It's a platform to give inspiration to persons going to work. We have a lot of seniors who don't get out to work, but they don't mind having a little gospel go with that morning coffee, that early morning cup. And so grateful to be able to do it. We've been able to interact with so many, and because of technology, we were able to expand ministry that's beyond the state. And so we have a lot of listeners from different states and even in other countries. So
yes. I do remember being on the radio and having just a lot of people tune in from everywhere listening to you guys. You also have a marketing platform or ways that people can do business or use their business and do like virtual types of stuff. A lot of different ways that they can reach out to the community, right?
Absolutely. We are a full digital company, so meaning that we can digitally market. We can do billboards on the out of home. Like out of home is like displays at the mall, displays at the gas pump. Those little 15-second, 30-second commercials that run at gas pumps and just we can do. We're a full branding company. In fact, Salem Media is also a publishing company. Publishing company. So when you write that book,
which is coming, I will be writing. I am seriously
come and see
working on that. So that's a good thing. So you hear that, Alliance? We're gonna put some information on there. If you want to get your company, your business, your nonprofit, if you want to get it out there digitally, this is the man. He is the man. We'll put some contact information on there so that you can reach out to you, right?
Yes,
if they want to.
We'd be glad to take care of them.
Thank you. Okay. So let's talk about collaboration and being able to do good in the community with collaboration. Can you give me just your input or some feedback on, because you do a lot at your church for the community. How important to you is collaboration. Is that something that's on the top of your list? And like, what is your viewpoint of collaboration?
So as you know, I shared with you that I did a church plant 15 years ago. And usually when you're doing the plant, you actually like starting a business. And so a lot of weight on your shoulders, and you really have to make an investment. And so by doing so, we were able to get the ministry up and going. But one of the things that we were not able to do is to be able to do a lot of outreach in terms of supporting the community. And so I've always had a heart for doing that. In fact, my previous church that I was a part of, served as administrator and associate minister there. We did outreach in the community. It really felt good, and felt good, being able to support others' needs. And so we lost a lot of that through the church plant, but we always had the heart for it. And so to answer your question, making connections is huge. And thankfully, fast forward a couple of years ago, we were able to connect with an entity, a local entity here called CityServe. And it's their mission is wanting to cause every Arkansan to reach their God-given dream. And so every Arkansan was birthed. CityServe is basically a resource for churches to be able to have product, things to support, and basically to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And so, so that's a connection that was really mind blowing.
Yeah.
When I got the call from a good friend of mine, Coach Fitzhill, and said, "Hey, you need to check out CityServe." I didn't really even think it was real, but it was an amazing journey, and we've been able to do so much, and especially during the in 2020, when COVID really hit, and our lives were just changed. We got a chance to really, the church got shut down in terms of coming in and doing Sunday morning worship, and so we were able to maximize use of CityServe and other partners in the community because it just led us to other partners. And so we've been able to have several relationships. We've been able to go back and tell other churches about what, I love I call it connecting dots. There are a lot of entities within the city and a lot of persons who need help. They can't get help because they don't know where to go.
Right.
So partnerships are really, really huge. And so as a pastor, having multiple entities to call, like 100 families, being able to call, and when you find a situation, you're not leaving persons on the side of the road. You're able to really not just give them a hand up, but you're able to connect with them, partner with them, and go along and be a part of their journey. That's a great feeling. I
love it. Yeah, I had the pleasure of working with you, and you had gotten me trained to be liaison for CityServe, and they have an amazing facility with a lot of stuff in there that helps. And then you have a huge warehouse, a huge storage where you store all that for your community, for your church community, and those in the community. Speaking of your church, where are you located? And tell us some of the things that you offer at your church besides that wonderful shouting and that preaching and all that good stuff, the gospel, but you do some great stuff. You're a great preacher too, so I do watch you occasionally.
We're located at 4003 Round Top Drive in North Little Rock in the Mac Alma community, and one of our cliches, but not cliches just to be saying it, but one of our realities that we speak a lot is that we're not just a church in the community, but we're a church of the community. So we try to make a collaborative effort to go out and connect with the community and just really make sure that our community see us as a church out serving. And so we do a lot of events and things ourselves, just for that very reason, for connecting and uplifting and encouraging. And then when we'll come along and work side another organization, another church, we'll partner with them. I love it. Partnering, and one of the things I've learned, and it's not even about branding your church, it's really about having a heart for outreach, because if you can serve persons, okay, if you can serve them and make sure that they're in a better status than they were when you met them.
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't always have to be that they're poor or hungry, or it could be that they just needed someone to talk to and give them an encouraging word. And I love that. And I've learned that church growth can happen, and church growth does not always have to be physical bodies in the sanctuary, sitting down all the time. And just through partnering and outreach, we have a list of callers, like we call them the A-team. We call them. They say, "Hey, we want to know when you guys are doing something. We just want to come and be a part." There are churches. Some churches are not as into outreach as others, and so there are individuals within the framework of churches who just say, "You know what? I love my church, but we don't really get into outreach. Can we come and just work alongside of you?"
Yeah.
We love it. We love it. So it's really, really huge. And as you know, the pandemic just brought another greater level of brokenness within our communities. And so so we've been able to not only serve in the McAllen area, but we've been able to go to other communities and partner with other churches and working with entities like the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office and other entities. We work with Hope, Paul Chapman and your team, work with Turtle.
Yeah.
Y'all call him
Antoine Turtle. Yeah.
Yes, those guys. We went out to the park with those guys.
Yeah.
And I've actually gone, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Partnering, you would talk about this party thing. Partnering with others will also take you places that you wouldn't have gone on your own. So I've been into some, some pretty horrific places.
Yeah.
But seeing some amazing things take place. I was blessed. I came up in a family. There were 9. I had 9 siblings. Grew up with 9 siblings, so big family. And usually in a big family, you're going to learn from one another. You're going to pull from one another. You're going to be inspired by one another. But so I don't know what it's like to grow up and not be able to read. But to connect with a child that can't even spell his or her name, man, that's huge. And to be able to connect dots and get them connected with individuals, you got pastor story time. It's a lot of things, a lot of good things happening in the community, but it's all based upon what you're talking about, and that's collaborating. You don't have to be, know everybody, but there are persons you can connect with and really do some amazing things.
And I see you doing work, when I go on, because I do look at Facebook a lot, but I see different agencies and organizations doing things, and you're there. I'm like, dang, you go everywhere. You be at the park doing things, cookouts, you're at schools, and at your church, I'll see you going live. And I know you do that, I don't know, before the pandemic and after, you were doing food drives and giving away stuff, telling people to come out. And it's just open to everybody. And like you said, it's not just for McAllen. You do serve the community where your church is, but you open it up to everyone that is in need. And I think that's huge. And that says a lot about you as a pastor and being able to collaborate and connect. I've always known you as a connector. You have resources, people, and I'm always the one to say your network is your net worth.
Wow.
So I believe that by you doing the will of God and just going in and just being in places and connecting people, you've connected me with a lot of different organizations too. So, and I thank you for that. But being able to say that you're doing the work not only in your community where your church is in the McAllen area, you're doing things across the city. So I commend you for that. And I want to tell you, just keep that, what God has for you, and just, you're like a burning fire and connecting people together. So yeah, I want to say that. But I want to ask you about, so with the pandemic, I know you were really closely connected to the school right there by your church. Did that affect you all at all in any way? Did that affect your partnership? How does that work now? Are they back in school? What are y'all doing?
They're back in school. Have a wonderful working relationship with the principal there. the teachers. In fact, our church went over before school started, their first day back, and we served lunch to the school.
Oh, good.
Our church loved doing things like that because it's a part of relationship building, you know. And we were able to connect with them before they got into the grind of the school year, and we're actually getting ready to do Faith in Blue thing in the community this coming Friday. So really excited, and the Pulaski County School District. You know, it's a large territory.
It is huge,
and it's just a continuation of what we were blessed to do throughout the summer and going to different locations. Like I said, it's and Harris Elementary School is really special. That's my last name. I was you know, that's my alma mater. So I went to Harris Elementary School. Probably about the second grade was when I realized
they've been around that long,
that my parents didn't own the school. I thought
they owned.
I thought we were somebody special. Yeah.
So back then, way back then, no, just
I used to
playing.
wonder why they always talk about the Joneses. Why don't y'all talk about
the Harrises?
You know, we got the school.
We got a school. That's funny. But there's no connection.
No connection. No connection.
So you actually went to that school. Okay. You are actually serving in the community where you grew up.
Who would have thought?
That is awesome.
Who would have thought? 15
years there.
And actually, we're in our third year being back we started in Sherwood. And and so, yes, we were leasing various places, you know, but now we're in ownership, and we love it. Love the location, love the community, and it's easy going back to serve, and it's really, really, it's extra special serving senior citizens, okay, who were the village of your parents, helping you to grow up and inspiring you, and it blesses me to go knock on the door and know that you are. And sometimes the children of those parents may live in other states, may be in the military or what have you, and it's just a blessing to give back.
That's good. That's good stuff. I'm thankful for your partnership. I'm thankful for what you're doing and for your pastoral leadership, and just continue the work that you're doing. Tell us your church hours, how we can connect if people we having a whole alliance watching. So how can we see you on Sundays or whatever you're doing? Give us your hour. I know there aren't like specific work hours, but I do know you have service on Sunday.
We do service on Sunday. We usually stream live at our church, Lamb City of Life. That's our Facebook page, and we'll stream live. But we have morning empowerment from 9:45 till like 10:30, and then we take a little break, and then we go into our morning worship service at 11 a.m., and usually we start streaming about 11:30. We go live at about 11:30. We do 1 hour power midweek service from 7 until 8. We also have an after-school program that we're about to launch. That
awesome.
So if you're interested in volunteering, or if you're interested in maybe you want your child to be a part, you know, we're open to that as well. We're actually enrolling students now for our after-school and summer. So we're looking to extend through the summer. So really, really excited about that.
We're going to get all that information so we can connect, collaborate, get our families in touch with you all in that area.
Yes.
Now, I want you to do me a favor.
Oh, my.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
I want you to use that radio voice and give us a word for the day for our alliance. You know how we do with Fred Harris and the Morning Brew. Give us a takeaway. Give us something.
Give us a takeaway.
And for you all that don't know, he has a whole radio voice. So I want you to give us that radio voice.
Oh, the radio voice. Well, first of all, you know, serving is an amazing thing. And sometimes it's not what you have, it's what you're willing to give. If you can give your heart, you will give more than what you thought was what you wanted to do. Because sometimes you're thinking financially, you're thinking tangibly, but many times persons hearing from the heartbeat of someone who cares is greater than putting a financial gift in their hands. That will take them a whole lot further. You know, money runs out, but love never runs out. And so let me encourage you to be an encouragement to others. Sometimes that is the best way. You know, someone, even if you know, we've been dealing with the pandemic, if you lost someone in the pandemic and that someone was very, very special, You know, you can cause that special individual to continue to live and live through you by serving others. Remember that, and know that not only will it bless you, it will bless them, but it'll also bless you as well.
And you've heard it right here from Bishop Harris. 100 Families, Pulaski County. We thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you.